Wednesday. Happy hump day. Ladies and gentlemen, Jazz Borgonzo here. Another What's Next. We're going to jump into video games. And normally, I don't cover that much on that show. I think maybe I've covered it maybe in a story or two over my time on the show. But normally, when it comes to video games, you're supposed to be entertained. It's supposed to be about fantasy. It's supposed to be about getting away for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on the game you're playing. Excuse me. But sadly, just like our television, just like our movies, just like our personal issues, everything has become politicized. Even, of course, even something as deadly as the Cove, with new information coming out regarding Fauci and Wuhan. And I'll cover that at a later date. But that was one of the stories that I was going to cover this morning. But this one surprisingly jumped at me. And sadly, another CEO who decides to step up and have a differing opinion. No, we can't have that. He's got to go. Let's take a look. This comes out of Bounding into Comics. Babylon Bee CEO shares open letter to Tripwire Games after president steps down after supporting Texas heartbeat bill. Babylon Bee CEO Seth Dillon recently shared an open letter to Tripwire Interactive LLC after the company announced their president stepped down after supporting Texas' new pro-life law. On September 4th, Tripwire Interactive President John Gibson shared his support for Texas on Twitter. He tweeted, "Proud of the Supreme Court affirming the Texas law banning abortion for babies with a heartbeat. As an entertainer, I don't get political often. Yet with so many vocal peers on the other side of this issue, I felt it was important to go on the record as a pro-life game developer." Ooh, a rarity indeed. Like spotting Bigfoot. Gibson received significant backlash from his peers in the video game industry, including God of War director Cory Balrog. Balrog tweeted, "Jesus, blank, man, really, you are all about this effed Texas bounty law that pushes us closer to some kind of glad dystopian religious state," which is absolutely BS. He added, "Really? I mean, what the F, man? Seriously, how can anyone be proud of claiming dominion over a woman's personal freedoms?" Following the backlash, Tripwire Interactive, who makes Killing Floor, Rising Storm 2, Vietnam, and Maneater Truth Quest, recently released a statement claiming that Gibson stepped down after they had announced Alan Wilson as their new interim CEO. Of course, the boardroom got him in, sat him down, and said, "Yeah, about this whole pro-life thing, you got to go. But I guarantee you that if he was like, hey, my body, my choice," guaranteed this wouldn't even be a story. The statement began, "The comments given by John Gibson are his own opinion and do not reflect those of Tripwire Interactive as a company." Which, if you read the Twitter, this tweet, he mentions nothing of the company. "And do not reflect those of Tripwire Interactive as a company. His comments disregarded the values of our whole team." Yes, because he has a differing opinion, so we can't have that. "Our partners and much of our broader community, our leadership at Tripwire are deeply sorry and are unified in our commitment to take swift action to foster a more positive, progressive, anti-life environment." He continued, "Effectively, immediately, John Gibson has stepped down as CEO. Tripwire co-founding member and current Vice President Alan Wilson will take over as interim. Alan has been with the company since its formation in 2005 and is an active lead in both studio's business and developmental affairs. Alan will work with the rest of the Tripwire team to take steps with employees and partners in re-education to address the concerns with Tripwire leadership and its employees. His understanding of both the company's culture and creative vision of our games will carry the team through the transition with full support from the other Tripwire leaders." Following this statement, Babylon Bee CEO Seth Dillon published an open letter inquiring about the decision of John Gibson to step down from the company. Dillon prefaced his opening letter tweeting, "I've submitted a press inquiry to the game development company that fired CEO for being pro-life." Then he shared a screenshot of the inquiry. It begins, "Dear cowardly clowns, we're writing a piece about how you are a bunch of clowns and cowards who cancel people who disagree with you. Do you have any clownish comments you'd like to share? You'd like us to include, in our piece about how cowardly and uncannily clown-like you are?" He added, "We're interested in learning. Do you dress like clowns or just behave like them? Is cowardice a requirement for working there? Is canceling people considering inclusive and tolerant? Where cowardly clowns come from? Where do you cowardly clowns come from? Are you born that way or is it learned behavior? Thank you." All right. My thoughts. And once again, cancel culture has struck. Once again, this nonsense about having a different opinion can get you booted from a company that you founded, that he founded. Kind of familiar. Sounds like, what was that? That one CEO who got booted from, I forgot, oh my gosh, that one browser. And I can see their logo. It's going to hit me after I do the video, and I apologize for that. But he had a differing opinion as well. And he got booted. He was one of the first major CEOs to get booted from a major company. So once again, this nonsense, this garbage from the left attacks. Doesn't matter. Movies, TV, video games, it doesn't matter. So this guy makes it very clear of where he stands. So instead of the company basically saying, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, you have a different opinion. Okay, we move on. We still make great video games. Let's do this." No. He does not represent the company, according to Tripwire. So his thoughts are his own, which, of course, if you read the tweet, he never mentions Tripwire. He never mentions the company. He basically says, as a pro-life game developer. Did he say Tripwire? No, I don't think so. Hold on. Let's see. Let me go back up there. Let's see what he actually says. As a pro-life game developer. That's it. More bullshit. Absolute bullshit that this guy has to step down. I'm sorry. Let's be realistic here. Let's actually be accurate. He got fired. And I'm glad that Babylon Bee CEO Seth Dillon stepped up and basically said, "Yeah, you guys are clowns. You guys are ass clowns for being this way." How many video game companies, how many developers, how many publishers last year during the massive destructive riots by Black Lives Matter and Antifa were putting on their game just little disclaimers that we support them, we support the cause, as buildings were being burned down and looted and cops getting shot and killed and residents being upended. But that was so 2020. And with that being said, I'm Jasbro Gonzo. This is what's next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you never miss a thing. And we'll catch you guys next time.